Hey guys, what we're looking at is a Gibson GA-15 RVT amplifier. And just a quick little backstory on this. This belonged to my father-in-law. He passed away almost 6 years ago, and my mother-in-law, I guess, has decided to start kind of, giving away some of his old possessions. So obviously she knew I was into guitars and amps and that sort of thing, so now I have it, and I do appreciate that. So while this isn't a amp that I would have actively gone out and bought myself, I am glad to have it. I don't know exactly what year it is. I did find this 1967 penny inside the amp when I was cleaning it up. So I guess these were made somewhere between the mid and late 60s. So we'll take a little bit closer look at the controls now. Okay, so the first thing you notice, it's got 3 input jacks, which, I don't know, you don't find that much anymore, I guess. Thought it was kind of interesting that instead of a volume knob, it's just called loudness. Then you've got treble and bass. Have a reverb, and I'll talk about the reverb a little bit more in a minute. And then you've got your tremolo with depth and frequency. Power polarity. One of the things I guess I know has been changed on this amp is they put a 3-prong grounded power cord on it. So my understanding is, I guess back in the day when you just had like the 2-prong, you might have needed to select one of the other power polarities, but right now I don't think it matters which one you select. The Gibson logo, very much, I guess they were trying to compete with the Fenders of the day with a little silver face mesh in the black amp. So let's take a look at the back. Okay, so I've been working with it, trying to clean it up a little bit. There's a little bar here that went across the back of the amp here, so I've taken that off. I guess that was to protect the tube, stuff like that. So that's off, but I guess be aware that at some point that'll be going back on. And if you're looking for buying one, that you would expect to see it across the back. But anyway, a little bit more light in here. Has the original Gibson 10-inch speaker. And looking at the tubes, I think they've all been replaced except maybe the preamp tube. And I don't know, but sorry, this light's kind of all jacked up. But that preamp tube is like a old GE tube, and the others are made in Japan. So I don't know for sure, but I think if any of the tubes are original, that preamp tube may be. Then, well, let me take the light off now. Up here you've got the fuse. This little speaker thing here, that's just a little cord that connects the speaker to the amp. And then you have an external speaker. Haven't tried that yet, but I'll try it out here. And I guess the Explorer model is what they called it. And then foot switch just points to, I guess underneath here, the cord that comes out and goes to this foot switch that controls the tremolo and the reverb. So, pretty straightforward little amp. Okay, one thing I didn't show while I was in here, little reverb tank, spring reverb. The reverb isn't working on this amp, so I'll let you listen to it a little bit later, and maybe some of you guys that know a lot more about these amps or amps in general could tell me, if there's maybe a quick fix. I've checked all the connections, and all the connections seem to be, look right. But anyway, and then there was a little bag here that the reverb was originally in, but I have it out now while I was, checking the wires and stuff like that. Okay, so let's take a listen. Oop. Okay, so right now I have the loudness on 6, treble on 4, bass on 10, and reverb and tremolo on 0. And this is a super clean amp, so and I'm playing through G&L ASAC Classic Tribute model, which I'll need to do a demo on that at some point in time too. And whoop, turn it up. On 6, it's like a good kind of loudish bedroom level, but not like, it won't rattle the walls, but it's loud. And on the treble pickup, or the bridge pickup, it's like almost harsh, the level of treble. So I'm going to keep the treble on the amp set at 4, but I'm going to roll off the tone a little bit on the guitar, just so it won't be so harsh. Okay, so, just your, I hate to say Fendery sounding, but, I mean, it was, I guess, built to compete with, like, the Fender Princeton, so, just a nice, clean amp. I mean, I've played it on the volume or loudness at 10, and, I mean, you don't get a lot of breakup, you don't get a lot of overdrive. So I mean, you get a lot of headroom for an amp this small, in a 10-inch speaker. So anyway, I'll turn the tremolo on and we'll take a listen to that. Okay, so now I've got the tremolo engaged. So take a little bit of listen to that. Okay, and I just turn it off with a foot switch and turn it back on. So tremolo's working fine. Now here's my issue with the reverb. I'll turn the tremolo all the way down. Put the reverb up to, let's say, 5. Nothing. Now, see if I take it to 7. Still nothing. If I take it up, and I have to play with it, like maybe 9. And I don't know if you can hear it real well, but it's like it's starting to almost get like a fuzz pedal sound going. So I'm going to turn it all the way up to 10. So it's almost like a weird distortion pedal, almost fuzz sounding, but not reverb at all. So I guess my question is there a quick fix for that? You know, if anybody out there can tell just by listening and say, oh, well, yeah, that's your such and such tube that needs replaced, or yeah, that means such and such a shot. Because, you know, I've got a reverb pedal that I can always put on it, but it would be really cool if the original reverb would work. But anyway, it doesn't. So, okay, so next I'm going to hook it up to my Bigera 2x12 cabinet and hear how that sounds. Okay, so now running through the Bugera 212. Okay, so you know, immediately and obviously you're getting a lot better low end on it, and I don't get that harshness of the treble side. So I've got my tone all the way on 10 now because it's not as harsh. And that's on the bridge pickup, so that's a real nice sound, at least live. And that's both pickups. Now the neck. And actually, I'm going to turn the treble up on the amp a little bit. Get a little bit of that sparkle back. Okay, well, that's enough on the 2x12 because if you're watching this demo, you're probably more interested in hearing how it sounds through the 10-inch speaker. So I'll play just a little bit more on that. Okay, so now we're back just straight amp. And one thing I did want to kind of demonstrate is, you know, you help people talk about how certain amps are like really sensitive to, I guess, the touch of the pick attack or whatever you want to call it. But this amp, you know, you can play lightly and get really clean and chatty. But then if I hit the strings hard, and just that change in tone and change in volume is all in the pick attack. You know, obviously you're watching it, I haven't changed anything related to the knobs or the settings, so pretty responsive. So now I'm just gonna like play a little bit so you can hear a little bit more. So I'll be going through, you know, bridge pickup, both pickups, neck pickup. I'm not going to really call them out, but just so you can take a listen. It's the Gibson GA-15 RVT.